pause.
Okay, we're live. I'm just gonna set up the stream really quickly, so just give me a moment, guys.
Wait, can people hear us right now? Or is it still in
Yes.
the waiting thing? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I
Hi,
haven't
everyone.
started the thing. If you see any of the production team, just invite them up here.
I don't even know how to view who's in the audience. What do I press for that?
How do you... so when you're in the stage, there's like... Here, I'll send you a screenshot. Like you should have this kind of a view.
I see. Wait, how did you even view that?
I'll just screen share, but I'm just doing the lobby, so here.
I don't leak anything.
No, it's just lobby. You can see my screen, right?
No. There, I don't think there's a screen share here, is there? Oh, there is.
Okay, so
Wait, I don't see it though.
click QA.
Okay, click the QA.
God, I did screen share. I'll have to start the stage. So click QA, and then on the bottom where you can disconnect and stuff like that,
Uh-huh.
you could see like different things. And then on the top where it says QA, 2 people speaking, 29 in audience, there's like a hand thingy.
I do not see that. I don't know if it's different for me.
It's okay.
Whatever.
So I'll deal with these things.
Yep. You got this. I believe in you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, the stream should be up and running in just a second. Hold on.
Is the chat like closed?
Yes.
Work is easy because I use Clicker. Here.
I need to see if this stream is actually working right
So
here.
today I'm going to be showing you guys the...
I'm just going for my
I
channel
just don't
to see
want
if this
to
is
write my
working.
thing and then pin it. And then when the thing starts, I will.
Sounds good. We have staff here, right? So in case someone doesn't
Yes.
stupid. Okay.
Lovely, I can't pin this.
There might not be an option to pin chat in QA.
No, there isn't. I looked.
Yeah, it's okay. Once people like spam ask their questions in a format, then people will kind of copy it.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I think you guys should be able to see my screen now. I did promise to be streaming this, and I'm doing just as I promised. This is the development event, which you guys have been waiting for. What's good? I'm gonna quickly set a slow mode. I don't think you guys can hear anybody right now, but that's because I deafen on Discord. But you guys will be able to hear everything in just a second. Just give me 1 minute, and we're starting in around 2 minutes or so. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna just make this visible for everybody. Make sure you guys can hear. There we go. I think you guys should be able to hear now. I prepared some questions for you today. Because you guys did send a lot of questions my way. So today I will be asking kids will take all of them. And I think I cannot hear them right now. That is pretty weird. Hold on.
More
What-
minutes till we start.
Never mind, they're speaking.
Alright, give me one.
Okay.
Cronus left.
Yeah, so today
guess
I'm not
I'm
going to be
live on
saying
here.
too much during the stream. I'm just going to be
I
literally
can't really
recording
chat
this.
with anybody because the chat is disabled.
There's no more going to be happening today, so don't expect this stream to be very interesting. You guys are going to be listening to War Tycoon, not listening to me, okay? Or Kiss War Tycoon, whatever you want to call the devs. I like to
Cronus,
say
why did you
War
leave me?
Tycoon.
We're about to start.
Alright. Yeah, so guys, final questions, if you
Okay.
have any,
Sorry,
please make sure to let me know.
don't worry.
Because I will be asking Kiss War
I was
Tycoon a few.
worried.
Always here. Don't worry.
Let me make this louder if I
We
can.
don't, we don't need a 4 minutes.
There we go. This shouldn't be too quiet, too
Hold up
loud.
the clock, so yeah. It's Adam. There we go. Yo, what's
Oh,
up?
Yo.
mister.
Hey, we
How
got
you doing?
block stuff.
Doing good. How are you?
That's good. I'm pretty good.
Very nice. Are you ready?
Let me turn him up.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
He was born ready.
Have
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
turned up.
Okay, start the stage.
All right. Today we're gonna be brutal with our questions, guys. By the way.
Is Doomy gonna join too?
I don't know.
Maybe he's here, but I can't see him. Oh,
I
there
don't
we
see
go. Now I can see everyone.
Because I just started it.
Ha. That's fine.
You should be able to, but again.
Is the VVA 14 going to
Don't
be
forget to
added? I'm
enable
not gonna
chat.
be asking them about specific weapons.
Yes,
I'm more
I-
talking about the
Everyone.
state of the game. That's what I'm gonna be asking the devs today. That's the main goal, at least. All right. All right, we should be starting anytime now. By the way.
Is the VC now open for people that are regular members?
It should be.
Let me check. Oh no. Wait, it says I could view the channel. Can they join? No, it said that it's
Okay,
not
I'm gonna
giving an
set
option to
a
connect, so I'm gonna enable it for them.
slow mode.
Thank you.
Hold on. I'm gonna make that 10 seconds.
Okay, fixed it.
UT.
There we go. Now we are at 60. I assume there will be a lot more people here over time.
Hello to everyone. Just give us a second while we get everything set up, and we will start soon.
I'm probably going to be posting its own dedicated video based on this. So
We'll give it a few seconds for people to start joining, and then
Good
we'll
idea.
get the show on the
very
road.
nice. Alright, now we got a lot more people in
Oh,
here.
people
Holy
are
crap, that is a
spam
lot.
asking.
We had like 500 last
Can
time,
we
I believe.
disable
Can you disable that message thing? Because I cannot read any message.
Jeez.
Yes.
How do you even hide that?
I am trying to figure that out.
Stop spamming. We were just seeing spammed of people asking to speak, but
Did you open the chat?
yes.
Okay.
No, it's fine if people ask to speak, but can you make it not show in the chat?
Because you're a moderator, only moderators can see it.
I
So,
know. Oh god.
sorry.
Spam. That's too much spam. Everyone's spamming it.
Ask about what better effects for everything. I have some other questions
Yeah,
that will be
I
coming your
can't
way.
hide it. We're server admins.
Well, we will try our best to read the messages.
Okay. We'll start until if any of our lovely production staff is here, so Doomy or person who copied my name Kronos, send me a message so I cannot find you guys in between 300 people. If our lovely developers are here, if there's a question that pertains you, I'll drag you up here. Oh wait, if you're here, message me and I'll
I think I saw Bloody.
have you come up here. Bloody,
Yeah, I see Bloody.
where are you?
He's right here. Hold up. Oh, no, stop moving. Invite to speak. All right, there we go.
Request to speak. Or
Hey,
So there you go.
What's
everybody.
Yo.
Amazing. Okay, get the show on the road. So welcome. As people who have all been here before and have seen our QA sessions, I'll be asking questions from Mr. Kismotech or our production staff or myself. We'll answer the questions. Please put your questions in the chat. Ping me to it because I'll only be looking at my pings. Please be respectful. Ask your question once, because if you ask multiple times, it's just going to get buried. I'm not going to see it because I'm going to start from the top and come down. To introduce everyone here, you already know who Kismo is. If you don't,
Hello.
that's sad. Myself, I'm the footstool here, so note for introduction. I also got my coffee, so I'm so happy right now and ready. We have Mr. Bloxy Dev, who is our production assistant on War Tycoon, and we have Mr. Bloody, who is our lovely programmer, who there's also a sticker called the Blame Bloody. So anything that goes
see that all
wrong,
the time.
please spam that sticker.
You
We
guys
blame
will.
him for everything. Yes, what Kisma just put there.
Yeah, any bugs in the game?
Please.
It's all Bloody's fault.
Yeah, please ask your questions in the QA chat, and not lobby because I'm not going to be looking at lobby. But yeah, let's get started. So I'm just going to look at my pings, and then we'll go from there.
Nobody's following format, but kind of got buried, so.
Yeah, so no, I don't see any questions with my ping on it. So please don't ping me asking for like adding stuff. It's more of like a QA session. We're just gonna.
I mean, no,
answer
they can
questions.
ask questions, but
Okay, sure. So Kronos, can you please add the B-52? It's my dream bomber. I really love it.
well, we may add it later, we may not. I can't give specifics on what exactly we're gonna add in terms of the vehicles as plans change. But we have a lot of stuff planned in our roadmap.
Another question: is it possible to change the rendering level of detail system by adding a setting for enable, disable to load the entire map for high-end devices?
Okay, so I have an actual answer for this. Roblox kind of limits what you can do with their streaming settings, so we can't just make it where some devices can load further away and some can't. We only have very slight control, but one thing that will be changing in the next bug fix update is we're going to make it so vehicles will not deload if they're far away. So you could see like boats and planes like all the way across the map. Like the big buildings and tycoons will not load still, as those would use up too much performance if they did. But vehicles will now load from any distance. That way, if you're chasing after a vehicle, they're not just gonna like despawn because it's too far away. So that's one big change that's coming in the next update.
By the way, if my PC finds a little too
Quiet, 'cause
loud,
I'm
do let me
trying
know,
to find the
guys.
question. Sorry.
They might.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
um,
little bit hard to read.
Yeah, just a little bit. Especially when everyone's asking to get unbanned. If you're
Yeah, that's
unbanned, how
awesome.
are you here?
Yeah, I would say if it's the staff team, if people are asking weird questions like that, you could just mute them so they can't spam the same thing over and over again.
Here's a question while I find better questions. How long have War Tycoon been? So I'm asking
How long have we been?
how long War Tycoon been? I'm
What does
How
that
long
mean?
War Tycoon
when
been?
did it start?
No, that's a better way to say it.
Well, if you check the game's description on the bottom, it does say when it was officially released. I don't remember off the top of my head, but let me check. It is on April 22, 2021 is when it came out. In terms of like when I started working on that, I would say a year prior is when I like actually created the workspace. So in 2020, I worked on it for like a month and then paused because I did not have enough developing skills to finish the game. And over time, I just kind of messed around with Roblox Studio and other programming languages. Then I got back to it in 2021, spent maybe like 3, 4 months learning how to use Studio more and working on the game, and eventually it released. But the game back then was a lot more simpler. So if you take a look at the World Warfare Tycoon Classic, that was the what the game was when it came out, basically.
Another question. Are you guys able to create an anti-cheat system? Because I see a lot of flying people.
Yeah, so with anti-cheat, we tried multiple times a couple of years ago to create it, but it's very difficult to do because of the amount of vehicle systems we have. There's like so many different things that happen in the game that you'd have to calculate for. If we added anti-cheat, you're just gonna have a big rubber banding issue, and it's gonna cause like a lot more issues for players that are not cheating. So, we can't really do much on our end. That's more of a thing for Roblox to fix on their side. But Roblox is gonna add that new thing called server authority, and that should fix the issue where people can just fly around the map. When that's gonna be coming out though, I don't know. It's up to Roblox, but it's in beta right now, so I'm assuming within the next few months they'll have it out for all games.
Also, apparently, only members were able to send messages. Now, community members are able to now as well.
Oh,
So,
that's why it's only the member
apologies on that.
spamming.
Yes.
Well,
No, it's
that's
working.
fixed.
Thank you to Toyvi for messaging me, spamming me for that. That is fixed now, so you guys are able to send messages.
Yeah, I was wondering why I'm only seeing green people message, but now that makes sense.
Yes.
Oh,
Will you
that
guys
won't
add
show
an
up. I can't read. Too many people.
Will you guys add any in-game server browser like how we have it for the trading servers?
Probably not because it would show too many servers and would be basically impossible to use. But later on, I don't know exactly when, it would be cool if you have like a thing where you could create like custom servers and then search for those servers. Like let's say you wanted to create a server where it was just like tanks only, for example, or some kind of roleplay server. You'd be able to do that through some browser and create it, and then people can find it and join it. That'd be cool. But that would require a lot of work to implement, so it'd be something like late this year that we'd add if we were to do it.
So how did you get the idea to make War Tycoon?
How did I get the idea? Um, so back when I was younger, I used to play a lot of Tycoon games on Roblox, and I liked shooter games. So I was like, why not combine two of my favorite things and make it into a game? That was kind of just how the idea started. Also, Kronos, I just enabled slow mode in the chat because people could spam.
Merci beaucoup.
That means thank you in French if anyone is asking.
Yes. Gizmo is also my translator here.
Oh yeah, I speak fluent French, totally.
So here's a bigger question. It is about your idea. What is Gizmo's perspective on game monetization and paid items? And what is the main reason for increased monetization other than expanding dev team?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of has the answer in it where one of the biggest reasons is to expand the dev team, is to be able to fund future projects and continue developing War Tycoon. But if you guys have noticed in the recent monetization stuff, we try not to make things like too overpowered in that sense. So because we don't want to continue doing that pay to win stuff, but also then there's a problem where like yeah, the paid out items are now not as powerful, and then people complain it's not worth the price point. So it's kind of just a struggle of trying to figure out how can we add monetization, but also not make things, pay to win, and also keep people happy at the same time while also trying to make money. It's a struggle to find that balance, and it's something that we're learning on how to improve as we do it. But we're going to be trying different monetization avenues. I think things that could work well that wouldn't make people upset is more cosmetic monetization, as they're not gameplay oriented. That's something I want to try. We tried it with gun skins. They don't really perform too well in terms of revenue. We just made a system that will release, a crate each month, or that crate is linked to each month. And yeah, that's kind of what we have for skins for now. But maybe we'll do some more stuff like that in the future, as that wouldn't affect gameplay as much.
Exactly. Will you ever add more base defenses?
Yes, we have plans. What specifically, I won't say, as they're not concrete plans, but we do want to add more base defenses.
Why have you said we will never get aircraft carriers?
Well, I don't know about never, but the biggest reason is physics, and just the size. So the size is not as big of an issue. We can make a massive ship and it'll work in the game. But let's say you wanted to land a helicopter or a plane on that ship. Well, the physics engine on Roblox would not be able to support that. It's going to be super buggy. There's just not an easy way to incorporate two different moving physics objects and having them, work well together. That's why right now, if you try landing like a helicopter on one of the big ships we have, it doesn't like stay on it properly. It's just not easily supported by the Roblox physics engine. Maybe if Roblox improves the physics engine, we could support it, but right now it's not possible.
Do you ever plan to revamp the gun system?
Yeah, so we had some big plans. It's just the problem is it requires so much work to do. Like if you were to have one developer redo the whole gun system, it would take at least 6+ months for the plan that we had. We kind of held off on that for now. What we might do is just continue improving the gun system. Like one of the first things I want to tackle is the animations. I want to have more proper, better animations for the guns. I had ideas to incorporate like first and third person support for the gun system, but that would require a lot of work. So we're trying to just figure out how we can plan it best, where it won't require, a whole year worth of work to just change the gun system. But yes, we do want to make it better. I don't know when exactly that will be done.
Are you planning on reworking the map anytime soon?
Yeah, so with the current map, one of the bigger problems is that it just feels kind of like barren and empty. In a sense, it's too big for people who are playing with their guns. It's fine if you're using a vehicle, as you could traverse faster. But, when we designed the capture point, we had an idea where it would be in the middle above the river, and you could like move your boat through the capture point area. The idea was cool. It like visually looks cool, but in practice, the capture point ends up being way too big and open, and there just like isn't enough action there. I think my favorite capture point building was from like the third map we had, back when there was like basically no water. But that little like concrete capture point building, in terms of like its size and interior size, was the best for gunplay combat. So stuff like that we want to definitely change and make it better. But we learn as we make things, because sometimes you have ideas and it sounds cool, but then when you put it in the game, it just doesn't play as well as you had thought.
How does the camo system work, and are we able to make custom camos?
Custom camos. I don't know what they mean by that. If they mean like painting their own
they
camo.
make it yeah, they make it themselves, like how ERLC, I think, does it.
They have that?
They have custom liveries, so you could like put your own livery system or livery image.
I don't know exactly how that works. If it's like you upload an image of Roblox and put the ID in.
Yeah.
I mean, that yes, we could do that, but I don't know if it's worth the work to put in for that. So I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that specific question. Maybe something we can look into. What was the other part of the question? Like, how does the camo system work?
How does it work?
Well, right now, I mean, we have, I guess, two different things. One's for vehicles, one's for guns. The vehicle's pretty simple. It just wraps the texture on all the meshes, and then it has like another texture behind that, which is to give detail to the tank. For guns, it's just we wrap the texture around the meshes, but then there's two different groupings, so you can apply the primary and secondary. And that's about it for the camo system. It's pretty simple. We just made it universal. That way it's easy for us to add more skins to.
Last question before I bring people up. What are your general plans for War Tycoon's future?
Ooh, okay. So this year I'm trying to shift things a bit. We haven't done our like full planning yet. But on Monday we're gonna hop on a call with a good chunk of the production team, and we're gonna just try to plan a lot of specifics out. The first thing coming out this year is just bug fixes and some minor improvements and optimizations. Over the break, we play tested the game quite a bit and saw quite a bit of issues. We also work with testers on reporting issues from the main game. So we logged a ton of things on our end, and we're going to go through and polish up the game. That's like the first thing we're doing. And of course, balancing will also be included with that. And then for the remainder of the year, we want to shift from doing vehicle only updates, because just adding vehicles over and over to the game kind of gets bland. So I'd rather work on features that people want to see. The hard part is figuring out like what you guys want, because so many people suggest so many things. There's like a lot of noise in the suggestions. So we have to kind of filter that out and see what it is that you guys really want, and would be fun to have in the game.
Perfect. So before I bring people up, please ask up to 2 questions or max 3.
It's either two quick questions or one long question. That way we can get more people up.
Thank you. Please be respectful. Don't scream. Don't say anything bad. It will have consequences. So I invited the first person. Hey.
Hello.
Hello. So, I got a quick question that I want to ask you.
Yes.
Could you update maybe the nukes in the bunker, so different types or something like that?
Like having different types of missiles that you can launch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that has been kind of in the back of our head for a while to do. We just haven't implemented it yet. I can't give like a yes or no answer, but we have thought about it. And maybe it's something we'll incorporate in the future update this year.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. The one and only Lord Blocks.
Hey,
The
Hello.
Lord
Hi.
Blocks.
how's it going?
The Lord Blocks. How are you?
I'm doing good, you?
Nice, doing good as well.
Yeah, so, Kiswell, we agreed on the 3 questions. That's fine, right?
Yes. Don't
Okay.
bombard me with 10 questions, but 3.
Yeah. So my first question is definitely gonna be: are you ever considering to rebrand this game in any way? Because currently, what we're in is just a simple Tycoon, which is essentially a dying trend on Roblox, and you kind of gotta get through this hell before you get to the good parts of the game, and people don't really enjoy that as much, and it's definitely destroying the new viewer retention as well. How do you plan to change that?
We don't have like specific plans to rebrand, but this is something that was discussed internally. Because you're right, the game is like not necessarily just a Tycoon. It's more of a shooter game attached to a Tycoon. We don't have specific plans on how to rebrand that. If you have suggestions, feel free to let me know.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we're doing though is also focusing on new user just retention stuff. That's something that Bloody's working on, where we're gonna revamp our tutorial, add more guidance to new players. So we're tackling some things that will improve the gameplay experience for new players. That's one other thing we're working on. But if you're a veteran player, you're not going to see any of that. It's just for new players specifically.
Okay. So the next question which I got for you is, how do you plan to make the game last a long time? Because what I've been looking at recently is that this game has by far the best combat in Roblox, at least in my opinion, but we're not really expanding on that combat. Once again, we're all kind of in a battlefield, but what would you think about perhaps adding something like dedicated servers for only mid-wars, dedicated servers for only tanks, only planes? So instead of being forced to balance everything at once, it would be much easier to balance one vehicle category where that one category in its own would be fighting against one another in a specific server, where you could add a different map for that and etc.
I'm going to chime in for 1 second to that question. I'll let Gizmo complete it better. Roblox has people who have done Roblox development know this new feature that's been added, but we are now able to add custom signals for matchmaking. So when you join a server, Roblox itself says, "Oh, is your friend in the server?" So you join your friend. Now it's giving us features which we can say, here's a custom event, meaning if people are closer in Rebirth, they get put into the same server. So that's a native thing Roblox has added that we are gonna start exploring and then to combat this, because creating a whole new like system like how ERLC has, where you can make custom servers, join with your friends, is more complicated. So for a short term, that's something that we'll look into. But I'll let Gizmo complete this.
Yeah, so we're doing the matchmaking stuff that Roblox has, and then yeah, similar to ERLC, we do want to have support for custom servers in the future. It's was one of the, I think, first questions that was asked, but we're trying to figure out how to incorporate it where it won't require like crazy amounts of work, because our original idea was very complicated. But it'd be cool if we had support where you could like create your own server and then say it's, like tanks only, for example.
Yeah.
And then maybe if we gave settings where you could like give modifiers to tank damages, tank health, whatever the case is, I think would be like a cool feature to add. That's something that would add long-term support to the hardcore players in the game. But that would take some time to implement, as it requires like a lot of changes and then in the back end to have support for that. So maybe we'll do like a simpler version of that initially and then expand upon it later.
All right. And the last question now is, the game currently, from what I'm looking at, is at a state where the players are definitely dropping, and there are a lot of people which are in general not enjoying this game for many various reasons. How do you plan to combat that? Because I'm sure you know the reasons which people constantly talk about.
Yeah, so one of the, I guess, biggest problems on our side that we've been facing is just the Roblox algorithm itself. Basically, the metrics that Roblox gives us to look at is not lining up with the amount of new players we're getting. When we look at our stats, specifically returning players have been performing fine. Like the people who play the game come back and play about the same as we had in the past. But Roblox itself is not giving us new players, which is why the numbers have been dropping. And that's been the biggest thing we've been trying to combat. The other part is, the community gets upset due to monetization things and limiteds, and that it's a hard balance for us to strike, as this is still a business. We have to make money. We have to expand. We want to work on other projects. We want to continue working on War Tycoon. So we're just trying to find that right balance of like, how do we run a successful business and keep people happy? But in terms of like what specifically we're doing, the first thing is we're going to be changing our planning for this whole year. So we're going to have a talk with the whole production team on Monday and, see what we could do to take War Tycoon to the next level. And we're also going through the game, trying to make everything polished up, as well as trying to figure out like what players want to see in the game that would make them want to come back and play more. Hopefully that kind of answers your question. It's a bit of a broad question to answer.
Yeah, that's fine. It kind of tackled different aspects of it. But yeah, that's all the questions I got for you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Lord. I'll bring one more person, and then we'll go back to the Reddit question.
All right, I kind of went over what you guys wanted me to ask.
Hello.
I hope you guys have had an amazing
But it is a
holiday.
difficult question to answer
Thank you. You
overall.
as well.
I
Thank
was
you.
here for the last Q&A, and I have 2 questions.
Yes, go ahead.
My first question is kind of a question and kind of a suggestion. For the Zoom wall, like last time, I made the suggestion about having a med bay in there. And I didn't get to say this last time, but the reason I brought that up was because there's so many fights on the Zoom vault that generally the people on the Zoom vault don't have like the med kits to fight back really, or just get swarmed so often. Um, so is that still something you guys were thinking about, or just leaving the Zoom vault alone for now?
I actually like that idea. We could probably look into adding a medkit giver on the zone vault pretty easily, so maybe something we'll do. Maybe by next update. So I'll check it out.
All right.
Yep,
Thank you.
good idea.
And the next question is a little bit more based on the game itself. What would you guys do if the game were to go down to an average of like 5,000 players? What would be the game plan there?
I mean, this issue kind of happened like a while ago. This is like when the game was smaller. Back then we averaged around 3,000, 4,000 concurrent, and then the game kind of just dropped all of a sudden to 1,000 and like under that and stayed there for a few months.
Yeah.
What I did back then was kind of just take a step back and see what you guys really want to be added to the game that would bring the game up to a new level. And back then, I remember the update was adding bunkers to the game. In my head, I was like, why would I add a bunker to the Tycoon? You can't even see it from the outside. It's like useless, this and that. So that's why I never ended up doing it. But then the game was running
Yeah.
at low players for a while. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do what people want and see if that makes a difference. And it did. Although that doesn't mean I'm not doing that right now. And that's something we are going to do right now. So that's kind of how our planning is going to go for this year, where we're just going to take a step back, see what people actually want in the game. But figuring that out is a little bit harder now because there's so many people suggesting so many things. There's just like a lot of noise. So we have to really just think about it and figure out what we can do to the game to improve it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for answering my questions, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of this year.
Thank you
so
Thank
much.
you. You too.
Will do.
Okay, let me go back to the questions. Sorry, give me one
Yes.
sec to find them. Because most DMs is being my note-taking space right now.
Don't worry, I got notes open too.
Beauty. Also, I say beauty a lot, so please, it's a Canadian
I guess
hockey term.
someone got
Love me,
offended.
beauty.
Or I'm just calling Chris a beauty every 5 seconds.
Could be that too.
Sorry, I'm finding questions. What made you decide to add limited items? And what is the marketing reason behind that?
Well, we first started off with skins. I wanted to build like a trading economy in the game. I think a lot of games on Roblox have some sort of trading economy, and that gets people more invested with the game. Because if you have like some kind of inventory built up and you trade with a bunch of people, it makes you like just think about the game more and want to come back to that game because you invested time into it. That's one reason. The other reason is it allows us to create like one-off items that may not be good like to have long term, like I don't know, some special variant of a vehicle could be like more powerful and cool, or some kind of unique feature to it, but we keep it as limited as it would be. It just wouldn't make sense to have like item for all players, if that makes sense, but players can still unlock it through trading economy, of course.
Someone asked, who are the people on the team and what is everyone's responsibility? I'm curious.
Right. Kronos, I will let you answer this.
Ooh, here we go. So, as some of you guys know, we are partners with GameFam. So we have a few people from GameFam working on the project, but mostly it's from our side, meaning they work for Gizmo Tech Studios itself. So we start with Gizmo, which is there just to bully us every single day.
Big boss.
And then, oh yeah, the big boss, the almighty. And then from GameFam, we have an executive producer who has more experience in the industry, coming from EA, which there's EA Sports and stuff like that. He worked on EA Sports, so comes with more wisdom of gaming and helps us in different directions of questions we have. Then we have myself. I am there when Gizmo's not there, helping manage stuff, that being related to War Tycoon or other stuff. And answer any questions that need Gizmo's approval on. I'll make the call. If he's not there, I'll text him and get him to respond to messages. Then we have Doomy, which is our main producer on War Tycoon. He's in charge of the design, development, and day-to-day operations. Makes sure everything goes well. Then we have Kronos, who stole my name. We're not going to talk about who had the name first, but he is our lead programmer. He is in charge of all programming and helps us in production side of things. Then we have Mr. Blockstev. Sorry, I had to think of your name for a second. He is new to our team. Well, I was going to say your name, but I was like, let me just go with usernames for now, which is easier for people to find.
Fair enough.
Anyways, he is new to our team, but still an amazing member. He is our production assistant, helps Doomy in terms of designing operations on day-to-day and QA sessions. Then we have our programming team, which consists of Bloody, Curtis, Stiz, Ruddy. Am I missing anyone?
You said Curtis?
No.
Curtis, yes.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people on the team.
Yeah.
Do you know the number off the top of the head? I'm sure they'd like to know the
It is
actual number.
16 people who work on a day-to-day, and then we have GFX artists and sound effects that are on the side, but our programmers and our 3D artists and environment artists are the main people who work on the game. Wow, that was a lot of people.
3D artists.
Yes, 3D artists. We have Alex, which is amazing. Persona. And then our 3D artist / environment artist, Volpine, is also part of that big group. If I missed any of our developers, I'm so sorry. I am freeballing this.
You gotta check their confluence, and also our confluence is not even up to date, so you gotta fix that.
Hey, everyone is there besides
No, it's weird.
one person.
We're missing people there, and we have people that are not on the team on there still.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Fix it later.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody asked, what's it like being Canadian?
Oh, it is amazing. It's, as we call it, the true north, strong and free.
Do you know who asked that? It's the other Kronos.
Is he here?
Yeah, I'll define if I didn't speak.
Get up here, Kronos. Oh, I see him hiding in
Kinda
there.
shy.
I was hoping not to have to talk to him until Monday, but
Did he decline it?
Oh, he's on his phone.
Oh.
All right, next question.
Okay. There's a lot of questions that we already answered, so I'm just trying to find the. Will you update the air-to-air combat?
Will we update it? I don't know what specifically you guys would like to see. We don't have any specific plans to update the air-to-air combat specifically. what I'll ask from you guys is when you have specific suggestions, it'd be great if you gave specific like ideas. Because if you asked like, fix this or change that, or don't do that, like it makes it hard for us to know the specifics of what you're thinking or what you want. So if you are asking for specific features, just make sure to include specifics of what you'd like to see different. That way, we'll have a better idea of what we could work on.
Will you rework the shield around the base?
Rework, probably not. Changing how it looks, I want to. I think a square shield is kind of weird. I'd rather make it like rounded, but yeah, there might be some issues because circles are higher triangle count, and make it a big circle will require a lot of triangles. So I don't know what the performance implications will be on that. And also it might just be like stupid tall because the circle has to cover a wide area. But yeah, visually I want to change it. Functionally, probably not, unless you guys have specific suggestions on what you'd want.
Will we ever get more hovercraft or submarines?
Hovercrafts, we have something planned, I believe. I don't know when it'll come. Submarines, yeah, we're gonna just keep adding more submarines. But as you know, with submarines, they only have so many weapon types. It's just like firing a missile, kind of all submarines do. So we're gonna have to see what we can add that would differentiate the different submarines. But yes, we do want to add more.
Someone asked, can you ask the other two how it is like working on War Tycoon?
Ooh.
Mr. Blockstaff.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Choose your words wisely.
No, and working on War Tycoon is honestly super fun, especially with this community. I mean, you all have so much passion for this game that it's incredible. So I don't know, it's great to work with such amazing people as well, and then have such an amazing community. So I like it.
Thank you.
I'm chained to Kisma's basement. Dude, I see so many of those memes all the time. I had to say it, but no, working for War Tycoon's amazing. I've worked for a lot of other people inside of Roblox and outside of Roblox. Generally, like a lot of people don't realize it. Kismo does care about the game a lot. It's hard to know from the player's perspective, but I've never really seen owners that actually, for one, know how to program and know what they're doing in a programming setting. But I mean, they generally ask about our needs. They care about us a lot. It's fantastic to work here. Plus, the community is amazing. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of toxic people, but everybody in this community really cares about the game. So it's fantastic.
Was my recognition? Thanks.
Kind messages.
Well, Kronos just bullies
he's just
me.
there. He's just there.
No, Kronos is great too. Like I said, the higher ups on the team, they all really do care about the developers' each personal needs. So yeah.
Do both. Now less bragging about ourselves and more about the community. Will we be seeing more base improvements in the future, like NPCs to defend your base?
So last year we had plans to add NPCs, but we didn't cancel it, but just kind of put it in the back for now because when we planned it out and thought about how much work is required to implement NPCs, if we were to like do it properly, we wouldn't just like I'm trying not to say a cuss word, but so, like do it in a low quality way. It would require quite a bit of work, and so we still have to properly plan it out and figure out how we can implement it without it taking 6+ months of development time, pausing other things in the game. So it's just all about figuring out how we can prioritize those. But yeah, it'd be cool if we had like proper AI soldiers and enemies and whatnot that you can fight and also have alongside you. But that's something that would be coming like way in the future, maybe even next year, as it would require quite a bit of work to implement.
There's a question in different forms that a lot of people are asking, so I'm just gonna answer it so everybody knows, and I'm sure Kismo mentioned it already. There are a lot of bugs lingering, and what our plans are is, as Gizmo mentioned, this month especially, we're taking a step back. We have logged so many issues during the holidays, and we're going to focus on fixing those things. So, as Gizmo made the announcement, there's going to be less of new updates. There's still going to be updates, but we're going to focus more on fixing bugs, balancing, and getting that quality of life content out. And if Gizmo, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, we're first thing prioritizing fixing bugs as the next update. I just checked our Jira, and it looks like we have, is this the correct count? Yeah, around 100 bugs logged. Some of them are quick, some of them are longer things to fix, but yeah, we're gonna go through and get a lot of things fixed up and polished. The game has so much content that like it's very easy for us to miss things. There's so many systems that do different things and work with each other. Like we'll change something with, I don't know, the artillery system, and then all of a sudden, the lock-on warning breaks, which is unrelated to that, but the system is linked, so the code base, breaks other things even though it wasn't touched. So it's just a lot of things we have to account for and test, and even things we don't think about just break. But we're doing our best, and we're gonna prioritize that as the first update this month.
Will mobile players see any new changes coming in? For example, aim assist.
Okay, so I have some answers to that. Aim assist specifically, we do want to add for mobile and then like a light aim assist for console, but not yet. This would be like an improvement we would do to the gun system in the future. However, one big thing we're changing up now is when we design our UI elements in the game, we're going to design it for mobile first, because mobile devices are super small and they're a lot more hard to use than PC. But if your UI works well on mobile, it's automatically going to work well on the computer. So that's the first thing we're going to change in terms of our planning side, and we're going to revamp a lot of UIs in the game. And we're also going to look into improving controls for like weapons and vehicles to make it better on mobile.
Perfect. I'm gonna bring some people up.
Sounds good.
Let's see. I don't know how to say this name, so SCHETA 0S. Going once.
Oh.
There we go.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
What is your question?
Hello?
Is his microphone not working? Hello?
I hear a lingering like sound.
Yeah. All right, I guess next person.
Yes.
Yes, please make sure you have your microphone ready when you get on stage, as we're going to be going at a quick pace.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. What is your
Um,
question?
Yes, I actually have four.
Can we keep it to 2? That way we can get other people on stage as well.
Um,
So pick 2 of your best questions.
okay. What is the way you want to rebalance the vehicles?
So we're trying to change the time to kill specifically. Right now and in the past, there's an issue where like you get in a fight with another vehicle and then they'll just like kill you within half a second, and that doesn't give you enough time to react and fight back. So there still will be weapons that will insta kill you. Like obviously, if you shoot a tank shell at a plane, it's going to be an insta kill typically. But for most weapon types, we're going to try to rebalance it. We're going to make almost every weapon type vehicle for most things. And that's one thing we're going to do in the next bug fix update. We already did it for planes, and we're going to apply that similar thing to most vehicles, so they are all kind of in line.
Could I give my opinion on the matter?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I believe that a big problem would be the amount of missile spam some people do.
Mhm.
I remember back a long time ago where helicopters like the Eurocopter and Apache, their missiles would barely do any damage because I feel like they're supposed to be little extra damage instead of an actual way to kill things. So I feel like making cannons more reliable than missiles in terms of damage and well overall killing people would be more advisable.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, we're going to go through a balancing pass. I don't know specifically what we're going to change for other vehicle types. I typically leave balancing up to our producer Doomy and the testing team. So
I
they're going to go through testing and do balancing pass on all the vehicles.
I think that one thing you could do for the Independence and the Zumwalt is to, like the PGO2, um, offset the camera to be on top of the turret or turrets instead of on the main head thing.
For which vehicles?
The Independence and the Zumwalt.
Okay, I'll take a look and see how that feels afterwards. I took a note of that.
Okay. Then, have you ever thought to revamp plane turning and VTOL? Essentially, just general plane movement.
We did make some improvements some time ago where you're able to like roll now and it's a little bit different, but we don't have specific plans to make any changes right now. It does require quite a bit of work to work on the plane physics. So we put our priorities to work on other systems in the game, but maybe once we're done with other systems, we'll get back to improving the plane system. As it is, I think,
Could
one of our
Could I
most
make a
used
suggestion about that?
vehicles.
Like right now.
Sure, if it's quick.
Okay. I feel like VTOL, for example, could be changed into some kind of helicopter mode instead, kind of similar to what GTA has, instead of like WASD plane movement, like creative mode in Minecraft.
Yes, I agree, but also with our physics system, it's very hard to make it have like two different physics systems, if that makes sense. That's why we made the simplified version for VTOL. But perhaps that's something we could look into in the future.
Could I say one more thing?
We have to get other people on stage, so we don't want to like take up too much time.
Okay,
Just put
really
your
quick.
question in words and then I'll read that out when I get to it. Thanks.
Yes, thank you for your suggestions and questions.
Third person, Lord Samuel.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
What's up?
What is your question?
Oh, hey. So a lot of my previous questions I've been keeping in my mind have been already answered, but I have one more
Glad to hear
that I'd
that.
like to ask.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you think of the problem of multiple people ganging on one person, per se? I find it to be a widespread thing, and it's very common in public servers. So it's really hard to go out and engage people as you usually would with the fear of four people descending on you and base camping you and making sure you can't play the game, forcing you to hop servers.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is a PvP game, so unfortunately that's gonna happen. We did incorporate some things to help prevent spawn camping. Like you'll no longer take explosive damage if you're within like your main building space, so people can't just like spam kill you through walls with explosions. That was one change that we did. Unfortunately, there isn't like too much we could do if there's like five people ganging up on you and killing you over and over again. It's just part of the game.
Oh,
Um,
are you aware of the explosive sniper bypassing that?
oh, it bypasses the damage. Is it on direct hit or just the explosion itself?
Well, I noticed that when I was using the cram, someone descending on my base with a parachute with the explosive sniper managed to kill me through the wall, so...
Okay, well, thank you for that. I'll take a look into it. Maybe that specific damage was not accounted for.
I have like an idea that kind of could maybe help, but it's like indirect. Hold on. I don't know if you want me to share it here or talk to
Yeah,
you
yeah,
about
I
it
mean,
later, but
no, you're good. You can share it.
I don't know if we're even thinking about this, but like one thing we could do, because it's really hard to do, because you can't really just like punish players for, killing another player. There's really nothing you could do that would essentially make the game feel immersive still. I mean, it's a Roblox game, but you know what I mean. Like you can't punish players for, killing and teaming up on a player. But I think one thing we could do, and I was thinking about this, is introducing like a better like bounty system where if players get like multiple kills without dying over and over, we can increase like a reward for killing that player, and that might, in turn, get other players to try to target that player. I don't know, like something like that. So, like, let's say if they're like targeting a player, and they're successfully killing them over and over again, it'll raise their bounty, and then other players around the map might see that bounty go up, and then those players can attack that person for extra reward. Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but also there's planning issues with that. Like how are we going to fit that UI in the game? We have so many UIs in the game already, and then also like, what if people abuse it and use an alt account to spam kill a player over and over again to raise their boundary and then kill that player to get money for it? So there's
might
potential
have
issues
to
with
be
that.
like a server requirement or something, or
yeah, it's could be an idea, but something that would require more discussion.
Small suggestion, if I could, before I go.
Yeah, go for it.
A little band-aid solution, but I'm sure you've probably already went over this. It's pretty obvious. A short-term invincibility for spawning vehicles at your base when you're leaving.
Oh, yeah, so you can actually like get out without dying. That's a good idea. I like that.
Of course, that could cause bugs and invincibility glitches. Glitches are hard to deal with, so.
It shouldn't unless we program it wrong, but we will definitely test it once we add it.
All right, then that should be everything.
All right, perfect. Yeah, thank you for that suggestion. I don't know. We never thought about that, but that's good.
Let's bring one more person.
Hello. We're not.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet
There you
you,
are.
Gizmo Tech and
Nice to meet you as
Kronos.
well.
Okay.
What is your question?
I got a question. Are you gonna like return like limited, like how you did with the what was that? The armored tank thing. What the Abram? I forgot the name. Sorry. I mean,
Like
like I do
return as
want
in like re-add the challenge back?
I mean, like maybe like the mythic, maybe if it's possible. I don't know.
So like re-add it back in temporarily for people to unlock again?
Yeah, I mean, maybe like like the super hind was kind of like a really unpredictable, but I mean, I do want the super hind. But if you're not gonna return it, then I don't. Then guess I have to deal with it.
It's a little bit tricky because people who have it unlocked might get upset that you can get it again. So we'd have to make some kind of like community poll and see if people would want that. If we were to add the super hind back, maybe it would be added as some like quantity limited, so only like, I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 can be unlocked again, or whatever the case is. But we definitely would have to make a community poll for that first to see if people would even be okay with that.
All right. Oh, just last question. How is balancing?
How is balancing? Well, we're going to be doing a pass for the next update coming out, so we're going to try to rebalance all vehicle types. If not all, then majority will be rebalanced, and then more will get rebalanced later. But yeah, we're going to be doing that as our first update for this month.
All right. Thank you for having me, and hope y'all have a good rest of the year and good luck in the game.
You as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's bring. Oh, let me ask the questions.
Yep.
All of these questions we have answered.
Feel free to like kind of like start at the bottom if you'd like.
Here's a fun one for you to answer until I find one. How fast does Gizmo go in his McLaren?
Oh no. I go the speed limit. I go the speed limit. I don't speed. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Will you guys add keybind features?
keybind features. If they mean custom keybinds, we had that planned, right, for our settings? I forgot if we did.
I'll have to double check, but maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna revamp our like settings menu, and I think that's part of our plan. We may revamp the settings menu first and add custom keybinds later, just because that would require quite a bit more work. But we do want to add it. It's just very complicated because of how much stuff we have in the game.
What is one major thing that you would want to release in 2026?
Major thing. There is something that we have written down in our plans, haven't worked on yet. I don't want to specifically say what it is because it'll ruin the surprise. But it would hopefully improve like the player gunplay combat. So you guys will see sometime later this year. It's not going to be like early this year. It's going to be a bit later as it requires more work. But we have a cool idea written down in our plans.
Most of these questions that I'm going through, we've already answered. So I'm just going to skip to the bottom. And look at
Yeah,
the
start at
latest
the bottom.
ones.
As people know what has been answered already.
I found like a decent one. Somebody asked if there would be like armor penetration for I guess just players and vehicles, ammo types and stuff like that.
No specific plans yet. This is a Roblox game, and a lot of younger kids play, and people on mobile play, so it kind of adds just extra complication to the game itself, and I feel like it would make things more confusing for the younger audience. So we have had that idea, but for now we're not going to do it. Maybe something in the future when we have more time to work on things like that.
Will there be a leaderboard in War Tycoon, for example, kills, rebirths, and etc.?
Maybe we can add that later. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I can't give an answer. I don't know how much work would be required for that, but if we think it would be easy to add and would be cool, then we could throw it on some of the UI elements in the game. Toybi asked if we're gonna add any plans for colorblind people. I think Roblox supports colorblind settings now. That's more of a Roblox thing to fix, unless there's something specific in the game that doesn't work for colorblind people.
Yeah, I can't find any
I
new
see a
ones.
million questions. Oh, Volpine asked if we're adding swords. No, we're not adding swords to the game. You're gonna lose in a gunfight if you take a sword.
Will the PLO1 be updated with no stealth and automatic grenade launcher?
With no stealth or new stealth?
With no stealth.
Are we gonna update it?
Yeah.
We don't have any plans for that. I mean, if that's something you guys really want, maybe we can look into it, but nothing is planned for that.
Are you going to improve the artillery on mobile devices?
We want to. It is tricky for mobile controls. One thing we're also doing this year was we're going to be doing a lot more playtesting on mobile to make sure that the controls feel good. Like, yes, you can use artillery on mobile. It is very hard, though, I know. So it's something we got to look into improving. The problem is that the game becomes even more complicated with the code base when you design something that's for mobile and computer and console. And there's more chances of even like more bugs popping up. So it requires quite a bit of planning on our side to make sure we implement it properly. But we do want to improve it. I just can't give a specific thing.
Found a fun one while we find more specific ones to the game. Somebody was asking, this is just a fun question. They're saying, have you ever planned on bringing Word Tycoon outside of Roblox? As in, like, a different game engine?
We had some ideas to bring it to the UEFN Fortnite, but they're so limited on what you can do in Fortnite, so we just kind of didn't do it. Otherwise, it's not really in our plans to take it outside of Roblox. Like a Tycoon game that we built only works on Roblox. If you put this type of game on Steam, it wouldn't make sense. Nobody plays a Tycoon game like this on Steam. But who knows? Maybe in the future we'll decide to create some other game outside of Roblox.
Are you planning to add more World War II weapons and vehicles?
I don't remember off the top of my head the specific vehicles we have planned, but there are lots of vehicles that are from the era that we can add, so we probably will add more this year.
I'm sorry, I've seen this one a lot. I'm going to bring this up. A lot of people are asking for faction decals. I've seen this probably like 5 times in the QA. 2 vehicles. So they want, when you get in a vehicle, it adds their faction's decal to that vehicle.
I'm trying to think how that would be incorporated. I mean, it's probably something we could do where we add like an invisible part that has the decal on it on some part of the mesh. But yeah, I think that would be cool. I don't know if everyone would want that. So I don't know if there's a way we can add like a setting for people to disable it if they don't want their faction decal. But maybe if it's like small, it won't matter. I'll put that as a note. Maybe something we could look into. All right, next question.
Yep. Will we add? Oh my god, English work. Will you add custom mobile controls?
Custom mobile controls, as in being able to like move your controls around and customize them. We would want to, but probably wouldn't implement it anytime soon, as that would require a lot of work. We have so many different things that have mobile controls. To make them customizable would require crazy amounts of work. But we are going to continue improving mobile controls and testing more on mobile.
Do you have any plans for the drones?
The drones. Yes. I'm not going to specifically say what, so you guys will have to wait and see.
I'm seeing people ask about here. I got 2 questions for you. I see somebody asking about gameplay mechanics, like making fighting more dynamic and fun. Adding just general more like fighting dynamic in the game.
I mean, yes, this is another one of those like, I guess, problem suggestions where somebody will want something but not suggest specific ideas. So saying, improve the fighting, like how and in what way?
They're just generally asking for more like reasons to PvP, essentially.
Oh, more like objectives?
Yeah.
Potentially when we eventually go through and redesign the capture point and other stuff, we'll make things have better gunplay combat. There's some stuff planned in the roadmap that will make gunplay better. It's one of the things I'm not going to mention yet, as it's coming later this year. Perhaps with like operations for unlocking future vehicles, we can require like gunplay combat, like get kills with so-and-so gun as one of the challenges, as that would add more objectives. I don't have anything else off the top of my head, but I agree we should definitely work on adding more.
Yeah, and then okay, so a bunch of people are asking. I think I've seen this quite a bit in comments too. If we would rework the way tanks are, some people feel it's kind of janky. They say that they want like a different way to enter the tank instead of just like going through the mesh and just hopping in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, this was another hot question in the previous Q&A. The reason why we don't have proper tank interiors is just performance. Tanks are pretty high in triangle count, even though they are small. They're very detailed, and so adding interiors to them that you can like barely even see because it's of how your camera works in Roblox would be kind of pointless. We're just like wasting performance there. Also, it would make it very difficult to like hop in the small hatch in the tank and then hop out of that. Like your character will just get stuck. So we don't have anything specific planned for that. It's kind of why games like even Battlefield, for example, don't have tank interiors. It's just unnecessarily complicated. All right.
You're
next
done with your
question.
questions?
Yes.
Bloody.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah,
About-
somebody asked me specifically one more.
Go for
They
it.
asked, do we want to do anything with like OG seasons of War
OG
Tycoon?
seasons.
Yeah, where like Fortnite brought back an older map, older version. I don't really think that'd be possible personally, but I mean we could maybe publish one, but I don't think that's
make it. So we have an Oil Warfare Tycoon Classic. We'll make a War Tycoon Classic.
yeah, something like that. Because otherwise, I mean, like it's kind of hard for us to do that because like I don't really know what I can say specifically, but the game ties. You can't just like publish one version of the game that's older because the data just can't work like that. That's not how the game works. If we tried doing that, it would break the game essentially.
Yeah, I mean the only thing we can do is maybe publish a whole new game. That's the older version. I don't even know if we have copies of the older stuff. I mean, yes, we could do it. Is it worth doing it? I don't know. Maybe it's something, if you guys really want, we could publish it for fun.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing the questions that Bloody asked. We're way in the bottom.
Ooh, I'm seeing someone asked, why aren't smoke trails white? So yes, you are right. The missile trails should be a white color, and that is actually one of the tasks we have for our programmers to change it. So the missile trails will become white, hopefully next update, unless we don't have enough time to implement it, but it is in our task list.
How do the submarines work? Is the interior in a whole different place?
Yes. So in order to not have physics issues, we made the interior separate from the submarine itself. That way, like if the submarine itself is moving around, it's not going to cause your character standing in the submarine to like glitch around and like potentially fling the submarine. This is an issue with just Roblox physics. Their physics engine is not very complicated. It's very old, and so yeah, we had to do that trade-off where we made it in a separate spot. But that also allows us to have like these nice big interiors, and like you can have like 10 people inside the interior of the submarine, and it's not going to glitch out the submarine physics. So that's why we made it like that. Ooh, somebody asked this question. So when is water going to be see-through? So the reason why we didn't make the water see-through is not because like we didn't want to. It's because of like a literal issue with how Roblox's engine handles transparency objects. So for some reason, the Roblox terrain water, glass, and then like any other material is like rendered way differently. So if you had any kind of like UI element in the sky, or like let's say your text bubble, and it was above a transparent object like the water, it would like literally glitch out, and half of the UI element would be behind the water and the other half won't be, and so it looked really buggy. That's why we had to disable transparency. But we potentially figured out a way to bypass that using some tricks in the Roblox engine. So we're gonna test it out and see if we could change the water. I'm not gonna promise that we can do it though. As we were testing it, we found some other unrelated issue with transparency. It's just Roblox's engine is horrible when it comes to handling transparency. So, we did make a bug report to Roblox. Will they fix it? Probably not. But if they do, or if we find some other workaround, we will make the water transparent.
Are you planning on adding more commands to private servers?
More commands. No specific plans yet, but if we do add those like custom server creation things, then we'd give a more control to players.
Will new biomes be added to War Tycoon, like snow biome, forest biome, etc.?
Like we could add it. There's a couple reasons why we don't. If the map transitioned from desert to snow, it wouldn't like make sense because the map is not big enough for that to make sense. To forest, we don't necessarily do that, and the biggest reason is when you spam trees in a small area, it will just be laggy when you're in that area. So we have to be careful with the amount of assets we have clumped up in the area. So that's why we don't have a forest biome in the game.
It's really not any good questions right now. I'm looking. I'll try. Somebody
Yeah,
asked
going
about
to-
rebirths. Like, will you add more rebirths like stuff in the future?
Maybe.
So
I can't leak like very specific updates. We do have plans for stuff, but nothing is concrete, so I don't want to like give an answer and then it ends up changing in our plans. All right, Chronos, sorry, good.
Are we going to have some sort of RAP system for trading items so that everyone
RAP.
knows how much items usually sell for? Like in Blade Ball trading, it's great to make everyone agree on a specific value for items. I think what this means is like, let's say how we have in WTTD of like the average price, just like displaying that in the trading hub of like, hey, this item is worth like X amount, but you're buying it for like 10% more. Or
I do
something.
agree on that. We don't have any specific plans right now, but I put that on my notes, so it's something we will look into. I don't know exactly when they'll be added, but it's going to be in our very long to-do list to eventually add.
somebody was asking about the rework of the green shield. I kind of agree with this too.
The green shield?
Yeah,
the
like
spawner shield. The
spawner
yeah.
shield.
Yeah.
There's to make it disappear after pulling out a weapon or shooting. I kind of agree with this.
It does. So it's on, I think, for either 15 or 30 seconds, no matter what, and then it'll be on for an additional 30 to 60 seconds. I don't remember the timing off the top of my head, but if you pull out a gun after that additional timer, then it'll get rid of it.
Okay.
The reason why we have it on initially, no matter what, is like, let's say if there's someone's camping you, you can at least go and kill them real quick. That's to help prevent spawn camping. After a certain amount of time, it will go away if you pull out a gun.
There you go. Let's see. I don't know.
Or at
There's
least it
just so
should.
many.
I don't know if it's broken because so many things in the game get touched and random things break.
Ooh, here's a fun one. Will you ever do admin abuse?
Admin abuse. Oh yes. Okay, so we have some plans written down for this. No concrete date yet, but we want to have some kind of quote unquote admin abuse event in the game. Not literally in the sense where I go in and abuse my admin powers, but more so like how the other games on Roblox do it, where there's some kind of event happening for every single server. Where like let's just say you have, I don't know, 2 hours to get, for example, I'm throwing a random number, but like 1,000 kills with a tank. And it's not per person, but like everybody in every server works together towards this big goal. And once you reach that goal, everybody who participated will get some kind of reward. That's kind of like a big idea we have that would get the whole community interacting at the same time towards like a set goal. I don't know exactly when that would be released, but it's something that's kind of been being worked on slowly in the back end.
Will you ever add weather to the game? I think that's a decent question.
Whether no, it would require too much work and use up too much performance and would lag the game.
Let's see. I saw another good one. I just kind of lost it now. Oh, yeah. I think I brought this one up earlier. Somebody was asking about adding weapon systems to submarines so that your teammates can use them.
I mean, perhaps. One of our things on our to-do list is to allow like the passenger seats to function in submarines. So if you hop in a passenger seat, it'll like link you to the camera of the submarine. That way you can see what's happening outside. That's one of our plans. Maybe afterwards we can work on, allowing you to like fire the TV guided missiles if there's a passenger. That way you can have like somebody driving the submarine and somebody firing it. I think that'd be cool. It's not high on our to-do list just because things that require multiple people to use something is not like in high demand in War Tycoon. It's something we used to have in the past where we'd have like vehicles that only have turrets that function from passengers, but those are not used super often as not everybody has somebody to play with. But I think it'd be cool to add later.
Somebody just brought up one that I've seen a lot of people in the community talk about in videos and comments and such. They're asking about the fact that the current upgrade system exacerbates power creep. For example, if you have a vehicle that is overly powerful, the upgrade system makes it more so. And then if you have a vehicle that is weaker, the gap is just too big. So like when you have a weaker vehicle and you try upgrading it, it doesn't, the power creep, it just makes the power creep way worse with the upgrade system. I don't know if we have any changes for that.
So we don't have anything planned specifically. I do agree with that. We have so many things to tackle in War Tycoon, so I can't, say specifically when we'd work on that. But what I would like to see later on is maybe some kind of different upgrade system. Obviously, whatever people have upgrade right now, it would transfer over to a new system. But perhaps if you could like do specific upgrades for certain vehicles, like let's just say on, I don't know, one of the planes, you can make it so the missiles specifically reload 5% faster, 10% faster. Maybe you add like a new bomb or missile type to that vehicle as an upgrade, and like there would be more unique upgrades and configurations for vehicles. It'd kind of be like changing a loadout on a vehicle in a way. But that's something I would like to see in the future. And then also like the way that you get upgrade points, I'd want to change too. But this would require quite a bit of work, so this is something that'd be happening like way in the future when we get to working on that. But yeah, I do agree, and I think it would be a good change.
I don't know if people are talking to each other or what, but like for some reason, 5 messages of the same are talking about faction alliances. So instead of having to be in someone's faction, you can stay in your own faction and ally with that faction, and it would be essentially like being in the faction together. I don't know if you have anything on that.
No, no specific plans on that. That would require a lot of changes to the faction backend system in order to support. So I would say no plans yet.
Would
Maybe in
you
the
guys
future. Yeah, good.
would you guys be adding like to continue off of what Bloody said? Something would you guys add something along the lines of multi-faction teams so you can get the benefits of staying in your faction group while still having other chosen factions show up on radar and not show down my friend's CRAM? So like alliances, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of answered it, where it would require a lot of work to implement. We just have so many other high priority things to work on first. But once we get through those, then we can work on these extra features. So perhaps it's something we would do in the future.
Why did hovercraft added?
Why did hovercraft added? Because hovercraft go boom.
I'm sorry, I just thought that was funny. I had to say that one.
Here's a nice one. For players who have maxed out their rebirth and bases, what is your vision for end game content? Are you looking more towards competitive faction-based leaderboard or perhaps more complex multi-stage PvE events?
Huh. That's a bit more of a difficult question to ask because it, gets to you finishing the game and wanting to come back and just replay things. Obviously, PvE would be really cool to add, but also very difficult. That's why we don't have any AI in the game yet. I mean, I would say, this is a live service game, so there is always new content being added every few weeks. That kind of, is what gets people to come back and play more. But I don't have a specific answer to that otherwise.
Somebody asked, do you check the player report in game or no? I'm guessing they're asking like when they make a game player report, I guess they want to know if we actually do check those and how's that handled, who handles that, I guess is the question.
I will let Kronos answer that as he is more involved.
Player
with staffing.
reports.
The in-game report.
Yeah. So those come in, moderation team does join, but again, the problem is we get so many, and for moderators or admins to be able to join every single one and verify that it is actually a rule breaking thing, it's more tricky. So like, let's say if it's an exploiter, they might exploit for like 2 minutes and then go to another server for the moderator to join and see nothing's happening, so you can't ban without the proof. Toxicity is a bit easier because we could pull the chat logs and see stuff. But rest assured, they are being looked into, but it is more difficult. But when you report in the server itself, because you can attach videos to it, so we can review the video at any time and issue the ban or the whatever the punishment is.
Yep. Somebody asked, has our dev team been to RDC? So yes, a good chunk of us was at RDC yesterday, except for Bloody. Bloody missed out on the fun.
Yeah.
The block stuff was there too, right? But you weren't
Yes.
on our team, so we didn't know you back then.
True, but I saw your car. I saw the McLaren.
Yes.
I have a video of it actually.
Oh, that's hilarious. Like driving or just parked?
No, just parked in front of the hotel.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, it was marketing. You found out about War Tycoon and how you work for us.
Absolutely.
How long
There's
do
a
you
video.
plan? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There's a video of like me and Kismo like behind Blockstev, and he's just standing in front of us at
Oh,
a
really?
quantum party.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Wait, I
What?
need to see that. I've never seen that.
No.
I'll find that video and send it to you. I
It's
saw it
funny
on my
'cause
Twitter.
we didn't know each other back then. That's funny.
That's funny.
But we met technically.
Sorry, go
Somebody
ahead.
asked how long you plan on working on War Tycoon. Like, how long do you expect the total roadmap of the entire game to last? I guess.
As long as we could go. I mean, if we could go for another 4 more years, we will keep going for another 4 more years. It will just depend on how much we could scale War Tycoon, if we work on other projects. I'd love to keep working on it for as long as possible.
People are asking
set date I'm going to stop.
how big of a priority is like the lag issues that some players are experiencing, and like what are we doing to combat those?
Very high priority. It's one we're having our lead programmer look into a memory leak issue. It's like really hard for us to pinpoint exactly what's happening, but we have found an issue where like the longer you play, the more your memory usage goes up, and that just lags the game. But yeah, it's very hard to pinpoint the issue. I think he took like 2 days looking at it and still hasn't found anything. So we're gonna just keep looking into it, as well as fixing bugs and continuing optimization. But yeah, it is high priority.
I will say, whenever we do anything inside of the game, Gizmo's very focused on like making the game as optimized as possible. There's a lot of things we can't do because of set optimizations as well. But yeah, it's a big focus on our modelers and all of us. It's hard to do because we have to focus on like mobile as well. Like, so yeah, it's very important.
Yes. Here, I'll bring a few people to talk before we end off.
This will be the last group of people before we end off, so make sure you have your good questions ready.
Wow, 82 people are requesting to talk, so this is going to be a fun one.
And make sure you have your microphone ready.
Going once. Going twice. There you go.
Hello.
You are muted.
Or
Okay.
not. Next person.
Next person. Hey.
Hello.
So, hello. I need to just quickly pull out my questions because I written them down. So there they are. So actually, I have 2 questions.
Yeah, go for it.
So my first question is, will we get like a weapon system like in War Thunder where you can like select different like bombs on a plane?
So I want to add that. It's a little bit more difficult to implement, but I can't say yes or no, as it would still require planning, and we might try to plan for that, but then we realize that there's a lot of issues to implement it, and we cancel it. But we do want to do that. I don't know exactly when. It will take quite a bit of time to implement.
Okay, and my second question is, do we like get a revamp of the Eurofighter? Because I think like because it's a popular plane that it should be getting a rework because it's a little bit weak in the game.
Yeah, so this kind of is one of those like suggestions where if you think it's weak or it's not good, it'd be good to provide solutions. So if there's a specific feature you want changed on that plane, feel free to give us ideas.
Now in the game we have the English version of the Eurofighter, like different country versions, like the Eurofighter from Germany or from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Like as
adding
limited
different versions.
time. Yes, like limited time versions.
Maybe we could do limited time challenges for those. We don't have anything specific planned. But yeah, it's something that you can throw in suggestions and see if other people agree with it.
Good. Then
All right,
I wish
thank
all
you.
of you a good evening or day. I don't know what time it is on your end.
Thank you. Thank you as well.
Thank you. You too.
Next person. Going once. Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
What is your question?
I have 2 questions.
Yeah, go for it.
First is, do you guys plan to do more events like the medal event or the old UGC event?
Yeah, so for the Metal event, it was actually like a brand deal. So like Metal reached out to us, and we had like a whole deal set up to incorporate their things. We do want to do more of those, as I think it's good for the community. People like it, and they also pay for those deals, so it allows us to not have to add monetization to the game, and just work with brands instead. So that's something we would want to keep doing more of. But it's pretty difficult to find brands to work with like a war game, just because of how much stigma there is around war and whatnot. But yes, we do want to do more.
And my second is, do you guys plan to rework autocannons to shoot armor-piercing rounds and high explosive, kind of like the automatic? Because some vehicles like the BTR and laser could like really use this.
Oh, wait, sorry. What was your question? Your microphone volume was a little bit low, so I didn't understand the first part.
I was wondering if y'all could rework autocannons to shoot like AP rounds and HE rounds, because like the automatic, because vehicles like the BTR and others like kind of really need it.
We don't have specific plans for that. I mean, we are going to do a balancing pass, so we're going to change their damage values. Maybe the type of bullet it shoots as well. So we'll have to kind of see when we work with testers on balancing.
All right. Well, that was it. So I hope you have a good day.
All right. Thank you as well.
Thank you.
All right. Next.
Yes. HPO. Going once.
Yo, what's up?
Going
Hello.
twice.
Easier. What is your question?
I have one question. Will you change the level system so it will be better for new players and old players?
The level system as in rebirthing, or the vehicle research?
I mean like the level system with the XP.
Oh, that level system. What specific suggestion do you have? We don't have any plans right now.
Like making it so when you get a kill, you get XP, and adding some sort of, I don't mean a battle pass, but a better track of rewards, so you can get skin crates, medals, and and stuff by basically or just playing the game because you get XP from killing players, or you can do missions and quests for XP. So you have more of an incentive to play the game.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. We'd have to do some discussions internally to discuss like how that would be implemented. But it's something we'll look into. I just took a note of it, so we'll see if it's something we can change and improve on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, have a great day.
You too. Bye.
You too.
Kronos, somebody asked, what is your favorite hockey team?
My favorite hockey team. Okay.
Theirs is the Colorado Avalanche.
Yo, what's up?
Talks. Give me 1 second. I need to answer this question. So, we have ventured into a very niche area.
No.
There's two types of teams that I support. One being the team, my hometown, that being the Flames. But again, they suck right now. So I am supporting my buddies. So San Jose and Chicago are the ones that I'm supporting at the moment.
Wait, the
Go ahead,
Sharks?
Yes.
Oh, dude, they're also. I mean, they've never won a cup, man.
Well, they haven't, but Macklin and Will make that difference
We'll see.
in that team. I believe in them. Go ahead, Talks.
Yeah, so my question was earlier you said that it wasn't possible to add a aircraft carrier because of physics, but now when Roblox will add a server authority, do you think it will be possible?
For server authority, I don't think it changes how physics are replicated. It's mainly for anti-cheat, so it prevents exploiters from like being able to change their character physics on the client side like that. And yeah, I'm not specifically sure how their backend works for that, but I don't think it would fix that issue. But if it does, then we would be all for it and would add it in. So we'll have to test it once
when they
it's out of beta.
when they were showcasing the server authority, they showed how when like two cars were colliding and it was like synced. So maybe that's why I was
Was that
asking.
part of server authority? I remember, I think in 2023 or 2024 at RDC, they showcased like some kind of thing to improve the humanoid physics, but I don't know if that's
Yeah,
related.
the collision thing was part of server authority.
Okay. Well, that's something we'll definitely be testing once it goes live. It's still in beta, so we'll have to see how it performs.
And I've got like one final question, like very fast.
Yeah, go for it.
Will you guys ever add like melee weapons, like knives and such? And if so, will there ever be like a kill cam, kind of like how Battlefield has it when you go behind someone and you kill them with the knife? Will there be like a special kill cam?
Yeah, so we don't have plans to add in knives yet, but we do want to add that sort of kill cam thing. And if we do add that, we'd have to add in knives. But we just haven't added in yet, just because if you bring a knife to a gun fight or like a tank fight, you're definitely going to lose. So it's not going to be crazy useful in the game, and would require quite a bit of work for us to add in. I think it'd be cool though, so it's something we might add in later on.
All right, perfect. That's all I had. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day.
You as well.
Fish car. That's a cool one.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Yes.
I have a suggestion for the upgrade system. Like there's like speed, health, and firepower, and can there be like faster range for the air vehicles and a faster reload system for the planes and for the submarines and ships? Longer missiles so they can track more So doing like the annoying F-35 players and or any other jets.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any specifics planned out yet for that, but when we do improve the upgrade system, we're gonna definitely just like allow a lot more unique and custom upgrades per vehicle. So that's something we would look into later on.
And my last question: when this is like a maybe-ish. Are you planning to rework any vehicles? Like you rework the F-35? Are you planning to rework any other vehicles?
We don't have any planned right now, but if we do see things that need like proper reworks, we would do it.
All right. Thank you.
Sure.
Hope you all have a great day, and hope the next update will be good.
Thank you. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
You too.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. Thank you everybody for joining. I think we're gonna end it off right now. But I do have one specific request for the whole community. I want you guys to like think of big picture stuff that you want to see in War Tycoon. Not just like a specific vehicle you want to add, but some kind of like really big change or feature or something that's just like, you know, the big picture thing to War Tycoon. And I want you to put it in suggestions and look at other people's suggestions for this and, you know, upvote it. That way we can filter out what you guys really want to see in War Tycoon this year. And I want you guys to add details to this post, so you'll specifically write what you think could be improved. But yeah, we're definitely going to be looking at suggestions for our planning this year. We want to add what you guys want. And thank you everybody for joining. I don't know if you
Thank
guys
you.
want to mention anything else.
Oh, buddy, anything you have?
Hashtag blame buddy.
No, I just, I think the main thing is that we're going to be trying to polish this year a lot. I think that's at least what I took from it. With these suggestions though, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to see like a lot of people like to do like single vehicle suggestions. If you're thinking about suggestions, can we not focus on like a single vehicle, rather more broad scope of a suggestion? Like gameplay mechanics, or if you do want like a class of vehicle or something like that. Like think more broad and more of a system rather than a
Yep.
single vehicle.
That'll definitely help us with planning, as thinking of specific vehicles is not hard for us. It's more so like the big picture stuff. Like what do you guys really want in War Tycoon? And let's say you don't like something that's currently in the game, don't just say change it or improve it. Specifically write what you want changed or improved with that. That'll give us better ideas on what we could do. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. Hope you all have a nice day.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, bro.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now I can actually talk. Alright, I was just not talking the whole time because I just wanted the devs to answer the questions themselves, but now that I'm here on my own, we're gonna go into War Tycoon. I'd like to talk with you guys just a little bit at the end. Just give me 1 second. Let me move my screen to Roblox. Now we can do this. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So I think this Q&A was good and bad. There were some good questions answered, but a lot of the questions kind of just felt useless, in a sense. I know that people have been noticing this, and that's what you guys have been saying in the chat. I'm gonna go into Trading Hub, by the way. I'll give you guys some stuff at the end. But the issue I currently have with this game is that there are so many things to do at once, because the game kind of got itself into a spot where there's so many things to fix that they don't really know what they need to fix first. That's kind of the issue, and there's so many different various suggestions being thrown at them that which one do they want to prioritize first? That's kind of what I'm looking at. What's the most important one that they need to prioritize? Because the hacker situation, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that's gonna get resolved unless Roblox actually does something, but there are a lot of good things which they could resolve really easily, which you guys have been asking. I think there are a lot more questions which definitely still need to be answered. So if you guys want, I could make a Discord channel in my server, and you guys could put your questions in there for the game, and maybe I could perhaps consider doing an interview with either Bloody, Kismo, Doomy, or whoever, and I could answer some of your big questions which you really want answered. How does that sound? Because I know there are some things which just weren't really said, but I think this could help. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own channel in my server where you guys will get to ask some questions, and perhaps I'll do an interview, like a 10-question interview with one of the devs. I think that would be really cool. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna go in a different lobby, a much smaller one, so you guys can find me. Hold on. Okay. The server works, I guess. If you interviewed YouTubers about the state of the game, I could do that. A lot of them are voiceless. That's also an issue, but some of them also share a similar view to me. And the reason why my view isn't extremely harsh on the devs is because I know how these things work. I have been working with different games in the past, and it's not as easy as just flicking your finger and getting something done right away. Of course, there are some things which they could do better, but that's kind of a situation for every game. I'd say this game's definitely not in the best state right now, but it's also not in a state where they're just screwed. They can't do anything about it. There's still so much that they can do. But I would be happy to interview some YouTubers too. Don't give me stuff. I'm trying to give things away. I'm gonna give you like some medals here. Okay, I'm not giving you 5,000. Hold on, we're not doing this. There we go. Let me give you 5,000. World War II sucks. Yeah, so the issue is with World War II, those vehicles are just not good at all. So what I was thinking there, it's how about we make like an era system, which we get to pick which era we want to play. World War II, World War I, 1980, 2000s, 2020, whatever. This guy's just not taking my gift. Okay, I guess. Take it, dude. Hold on. Would this work? This should work now, because I gave him 500 medals. There we go. Now I can give this guy some stuff. Yeah, there are so many things to address. I'd be happy to talk to Kismo about it, because he was really open to answer much harsher questions, I'd say. But there are still some which were left unanswered. Also, I don't like how you guys just constantly hate instead of actually asking questions. Like, the only people in the chat which I've seen asking proper questions was Little Tex. He was like asking proper questions, giving detailed answers. But a lot of people were just complaining without actually giving their reason, just constantly saying the game's money hungry. If they're gonna keep hearing the same thing, they're not gonna make any changes. Like, we gotta be a bit more nicer as a community to people. Because they do take a lot of time to spend on this game. Dude, I'm trying to give you stuff. Why are you giving me? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna turn off my trays for a second. Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate all the things you guys say, but it's hard to get a point across when it's way too rude. That's my issue with it. Like, if you're gonna be way too rude with your point, people just won't hear you out. It's just like how it is in real life. You'll get ignored for acting like this. Internet shouldn't be any different. Give proper questions. I'd love to see people give like proper questions there. Like, my issue with this Q&A as well is that not enough questions were brutal to the point that they would actually be able to answer something that you guys wanted here in the chat. I could get you harsh questions you could forward to Kismo. Yeah, sure, I also spoke about pretty harsh things such as the game's current state. But the reason why we had a better conversation about it is because I worded it differently. I worded it in a way that's much easier to understand. It doesn't make me look like a hater. It makes me look polite. That's how you get things in the world. You are polite about it. What did you think of my question? It was good, but it's just like, I also, at a point, started not reading the chat as much, because it just felt like we weren't getting anywhere with it. Because we kinda ain't. We need a certain format in which we do this. I'm gonna ask Kismo if he can also do more Q&As, perhaps. But there needs to be a lot more to this. If we want to get somewhere. But anyway, let me give you guys some stuff. Hold on. Let me see who doesn't have anything. We got Jarol. Okay. I can't even spell that name. Let me see if I can find you. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna try with this guy. Level system is bad. I mean, there are issues with it. I'm not saying there isn't, but the previous system was also not the best either. I think they just didn't want to go with the War Thunder system, which people kept suggesting. It's just too much work with that system in a sense. So, okay, I'm just gonna try this random guy. Laura, I have a lot of contacts that play this game, and I can get you really invested players' opinions. Sure, you could just send them to me. I'd be happy to hear them. Alright, let me give this guy a few things. I'm not giving him my B2, hold on. I don't know what to give. Here. Lord, don't give them limiteds. I'm just giving people random stuff. I don't really need these. I genuinely don't need these, bro. It's fine. But yeah, Bloody, if you're still in the chat, would you like to do an interview video? I'm still gonna plan to do it with more developers. But if you're open to do something like that, to get the bigger points across, that'd be nice, because I see some people are still starving for a lot of answers. EA Growler is so useless, but you can sell it for medals. Yeah, just send me the whole thing. I might not reply straight away, because I might have other things to do today, but I'll be there. I'll respond. One day. Why not nerfing helicopters? They did say they're rebalancing the whole game. I'm gonna assume the helis will go next, but who knows. All the air vehicles are mainly a problem right now. Could you trade Independence X and Lav if you don't mind? I'm probably not gonna give away premiums today. I wanna save them for my Discord. You can? Okay, that'd be fire. Sure, then we can talk about it a bit later. It would be nice if we get Doomy and Kismo involved too. That would be cool as well. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next stream. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I will probably be making a summary video on the stream of what we learned from it. I'll be talking about my issues with this. And there'll be a lot more content coming soon, hopefully. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hold on. I can't even end the stream. What is going on with my... Hold on. I can't even end the stream. Dude, my second monitor is so bugged. I can't like move my mouse around. Okay, that is pretty strange. Okay, please, 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 please. Alright, it should work. There we go. Alright, I'll see you guys later.